The Second Battle of Khorramshahr, 1982, the turning point of the Iran-Iraq War. The Second Battle of Khorramshahr, known in Iran as the Liberation of Khorramshahr, Azad Sazi-e Khorramshahr, stands as one of the most decisive moments of the Iran-Iraq War, 1980 to 1988. On May 24, 1982, Iranian forces successfully recaptured the strategically vital city of Khorramshahr from Iraqi control, nearly 2 years after it had fallen during Iraq's initial invasion of Iran. This victory was far more than a battlefield success. It marked a strategic, political, and psychological turning point in the war, fundamentally shifting momentum in Iran's favor and shaking the leadership of Saddam Hussein's regime. Khorramshahr, a strategic city at the heart of the conflict. Khorramshahr is located in Iran's Khuzestan province, near the Shatt al-Arab waterway, known in Iran as the Arvand Rud, a crucial corridor for trade, military logistics, and access to the Persian Gulf. Due to its port facilities and proximity to the Iraqi border, the city held enormous strategic and symbolic importance. On October 26, 1980, after weeks of brutal urban combat, Iraqi forces captured Khorramshahr. The battle left the city largely destroyed, turning it into one of the most devastated urban areas of the entire war. For Iran, Khorramshahr became a powerful symbol of loss, resistance, and national determination. Operation Beit ol-Moqaddas, Iran's strategic counteroffensive. By early 1982, Iran had successfully halted Iraq's advance and stabilized its defensive lines. Iranian military leaders then launched an ambitious counteroffensive, Operation Beit ol-Moqaddas, aimed at liberating occupied territories in Khuzestan and ultimately reclaiming Khorramshahr. The operation began on April 24, 1982, involving approximately 70,000 troops from Iran's army, Artesh, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC. These forces faced Iraqi units equipped with modern tanks, heavy artillery, and layered defensive positions. The initial phase, breaking Iraqi lines. From April 24 to May 12, Iranian forces launched coordinated assaults in the Ahvaz-Susangurd region. Despite suffering heavy casualties, Iranian troops succeeded in pushing Iraqi units back through a combination of mass infantry assaults, night infiltration tactics, volunteer Basij units, and strong local logistical support. By mid-May, Iraqi forces had been forced to retreat toward Khorramshahr, concentrating their defenses around the city. Iraq's failed counterattack. On May 20, 1982, Iraqi forces launched a major counteroffensive in an attempt to halt the Iranian advance. However, poor coordination, exhausted troops, and collapsing morale led to a decisive failure. The unsuccessful counterattack left Iraqi units vulnerable and further weakened their defensive positions. Encirclement and the liberation of Khorramshahr. Iranian forces then launched the final assault, breaking through Iraqi defensive lines at Pol-e-Nau and Shalamche. Fierce close-quarters combat followed as Iranian troops advanced toward the Arvand Rud, effectively encircling Khorramshahr. A floating bridge constructed by Iraqi forces to connect Bawaran Island and Rasas to the southern bank of the river was rendered unusable by Iranian attacks. Cut off from reinforcements and escape routes, Iraqi troops found themselves isolated, undersupplied, and demoralized. After 2 days of intense and bloody urban fighting, Iranian forces fully regained control of Khorramshahr on May 24, 1982. Aftermath and strategic consequences. The scale of Iraq's defeat shocked observers worldwide. Iranian forces captured approximately 19,000 Iraqi soldiers, one of the largest mass surrenders of the entire war. President Saddam Hussein was reportedly enraged by the loss. In the aftermath, several senior Iraqi commanders, including the commander of the 9th Armored Division, were executed, reflecting the regime's internal crisis. Strategically, the liberation of Khorramshahr ended Iran's defensive phase of the war, shifted battlefield momentum decisively, strengthened Iran's negotiating position, and undermined Iraqi military morale and leadership. International reaction and ceasefire efforts. Just 3 days after the liberation of Khorramshahr, the United Nations renewed calls for a ceasefire. For the first time since the war began, officials from both Iran and Iraq began discussing the possibility of ending hostilities, although no immediate agreement was reached. Legacy and cultural memory. In Iran, May 24 is commemorated annually as the Liberation of Khorramshahr, symbolizing resilience, sacrifice, and national unity. The date is also memorialized in Iran's Sevom Khordad air defense system, named after the Persian calendar date of the victory. The battle has been widely depicted in Iranian war cinema and documentaries, including Another Growth, 1982, by Homayun Pourmand, Recapturing Khorramshahr by the IRGC television unit, 40 Witnesses, the Second Narrative by Qumart Monazzah. One of the most emotionally powerful cultural tributes is the song Mamad Nabudi, which honors Mohammad Jahanara, an IRGC commander who played a key role in defending Khorramshahr. He tragically died in a plane crash on May 24, 1982, just hours before the city's liberation. Conclusion. The Second Battle of Khorramshahr was not merely the recapture of a city, it was a defining moment in modern Middle Eastern history. It demonstrated how national mobilization, morale, and strategic persistence could overcome superior firepower. Khorramshahr remains a lasting symbol of how collective resolve can reshape the course of war and history itself.